Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too alone. Anytime she goes away, wondering this time where she's gone, wondering if she's going to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home anytime she goes away.
Mashed up now.
Yeah. Some are gonna say una rasta, but una faz rasta. Some are gonna say una rasta, but una faz rasta. The true rasta don't go around and say I'm a rasta. In dread, but it way dread. Oh yeah, yeah. The true rasta don't go around and trouble people like you. Say you are rasta. We got to try the road of Zion. We got to try the road of Zion City now. We got to forward. We got to forward into Zion. Oh yeah, yeah. We forward in the land to go to Zion, because Zion is the place we wanna go, oh baby. The Father said let no man leave behind, because we wanna go back home to Zion. We got to go back home. We gotta go back home to Zion. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Zion is the place we wanna go to smoke up with Ali and get red. We got to get red because we dread.
For Jah so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whosoever believeth in that man should never perish but have ever living life. So for one to trod the road of Zion, it got to be real clean, as I would say. A this a sound you for follow. A this a sound you a butter. To make it slide down the gutter.
Do it, Jah!
And please don't say you are suffer.
Forward on the track and I will kill you.
Baby, 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 baby.
Woo!
As I would tell you, don't be lazy. A this a pepper, it will burn you. A this a fire, it will burn you. A this a water, it will drown you. Da wa 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 wa.
Wow, baby! Got a quiz without kill you.
So this is Diverse 102.8 on the right hand side of your FM dial and online of course across the World Wide Web. My name is DJ Warmaneasy and we've got a very special guest in the studio today by the name of Delroy, the original selector for the sound, originally called Count Tivy, and more recently the name was changed to capital T. And then Healing Force, I believe. But anyway, we'll get to all of that. Right about now, let's say greetings and welcome to Delroy, to the World Reggae Beat.
Yes, sir. Welcome with everyone who's listening. Glad to be here, sir.
All right, so first of all, I want to ask you, as a man that's into the music for a long time in the UK, was you born in the UK or in Jamaica?
No, I was born in Jamaica.
Okay, which part of Jamaica is that?
Parish of Clarendon. district called Nine Turns, you know, and I was the 10th of 12 sibling.
How many brothers and sisters?
So there was 8 brothers of us and 4 sisters.
Okay, and are they all still alive?
Unfortunately, 4 of my brothers have gone.
Okay,
One died when he was young, and the others, one died 2016, next one 2017, and next one 2018. So.
Sorry to hear that. Is mum and dad still alive?
No,
they passed. They trod on as well.
They passed on a good 30 odd years ago, you know.
So what was life like in Jamaica at that time when you was a young lad in Jamaica?
Life was hard, but it was very happy, you know. People used to go about and morning sir, morning so and so. Yeah. I mean, if you was a youth in them days and you pass a big person on the road and you know say, morning master, hey, you get to know about that and get a beating when you reach home in the evening. Right, so you know, discipline and thing was in the community.
So with so many siblings, was you struggling for food and stuff like that, or was everything good?
Well, you would tend to struggle for stuff you would buy from the shop, but a lot of people were farmers, so a lot of the stuff that they would eat, they would grow themselves. But provisions, saltfish, sugar, milk and that sort of thing, that was a struggle to get, you know, because things was tight.
As you got older as well and become a teenager, I suppose that was the time you had to go out and work and bring in stuff as well. Because a lot of artists tell me that back in the day in Jamaica, when they were youngsters, the veteran artists, them that is, they had to go and do their piece to help out in the household as well.
Oh yes, everybody had their role to play, you know. I mean, as a youth, I had my own little ground with 6 hill of yam, and when they ripe and beer, I'd gladly dig one of the hill of yam, and that was the food for the pot for the family for the night, you know. So your contribution was acceptable, you know. So, as well as everybody had other chores to do and things, you know.
This is the old man from Westmoreland speaking, see? And right now, me I listen to DJ Warm and Easy on the big radio. Here I'm here, fish. Hold the picture stick your mama car, Warm and Easy, and Warm up the place with your tune.
What was the music scene like at that time then? I mean, what year was that? In what time was that? 60s, 70s?
This was pre-65.
Okay.
So, because we come here 65.
Yeah.
Well, at that time, it was the birth of ska, to be quite honest. Before it officially became known as ska, it was a sort of American doo-wop, but with a bit of twist in it. So you could hear the birth of the ska coming through the Jamaican artists doing the American type hit tunes, you know. And within a year or so, you know, ska that emerged as a music force in its own.
So it was at the time when people like Duke Reid and Clement Dodd was at the forefront. Just surfacing, or were they already
No, they was already at the forefront, man, because them produce all the ska hits that you hear. When it wasn't Duke Reid, it was Sir Coxsone. But of course, They had one guy who was a regular pain in their side. They couldn't get rid of, and that was Prince Buster.
Prince Buster, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I heard that he was also security.
Yes. When they go in a dance, them guys were warring against each other. But the next day, Prince Buster would be recording at Duke Reid studio, because all the Prince Buster tunes them recorded at Treasure Isles. This is what I mean. So, although they were warring in dance, they were best of friends. They'd be out in the evening drinking 2 shots of rum and so on, you know.
My name is Judge 100 Years. Some people call me Judge Dread. Now, I am from Ethiopia. Try hard, you rude boys, for shooting black people. In my court, only me talk, cause I'm Bex, and I am the rude boy today. Who gun case?
Yes, sir.
Rude boy Adolphus James? Yes, sir. Rude boy Emmanuel Zachariah Zaki Palm?
Present.
George Robin Flea? Present. Adolphus James?
Yes, sir.
I see where you have been charged with 10 shooting with intent, 5 murder charge, 6 grab and flee charge.
But you are not
Hush up! Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, sir.
I don't care what they say, take 400 years, stand down. Emmanuel Zachariah Zaki Palm,
Yes, sir.
you've been charged 15 charge of shooting intent, 15 murder charge, and I heard that you was the one down there in Sutton Street who tell the judge, rude boys don't care. Well, this is King Street, and my name is Judge Dredd, and I don't care. Now take 400 years.
I don't know what you're going to say, you know, Your Honor, because...
Hush up, what they trying to do, shoot me too?
No, Your Honor, but I didn't shoot the man.
Well, quiet.
Not from by you, sir.
400 more years for you. George, grab and flee.
Yes, sir.
Stop your crying. Rude boys don't cry, that's what I hear.
I didn't do it, you know, sir. I'm praying, man, I don't give you a chance.
I don't care. Hush up. This is my court. You're charged for robbing school children, robbery, aggravation.
Well, man, I take no sentence to you, know, son. You shoot the man, you know. And I say, I'm going to the judge come try, you know, son. I take no sentence to you, know, sir.
Hush up. Order. Adolphus James,
Yes, sir.
you rob school children.
So was you able to go to any of these dances as a youngster yourself? Was you, or when you had to pricks out and sneak out at night time, or were you able to hear the music without being able to go out?
You could hear the music without you have to go. But as youth, I mean, me and my younger brother Herschel and a couple of my nephews, we used to sneak and dodge my big brother going at the dance and go hear them tune and we dance and thing, and we have to slip out before him find out so we there in the dance, because otherwise we would get beaten. so, you know.
Rude boys don't cry, don't cry. When I was in Africa, here you were tough.
I'm not guilty,
Put the charge.
I presume then that was when you got the musical bug, because obviously you became owner of a sound system yourself as well.
Certain things you get a bug for, because I remember the first tune I ever go and punch in a jukebox and make is Prince Buster, Wash Wash. And I use my lunch money to put in a jukebox to play that tune. And I had to do without lunch for the whole day just to hear that tune. Tune, you know. And you know, after that now, we sort of moved, come to England with my parents.
What was the circumstances of that? Was it for a better life, or was it for other
Well,
reasons?
I think that was the message they sent a lot of West Indian people in them days.
So you're one of the Windrush people, one of the Windrush generation.
I was shortly after. My dad went Zoom off first, you know, late 50s. Couple of years later, I sent for my mom, and then he started sending for all the siblings, 2 at a time.
When you came here, the reggae music scene was already happening, I suppose, because you had people like Desmond Decker and them were already, and Prince Buster were making a mark.
Prince Buster was making a mark, but it didn't reach reggae yet, you know. It was still ska when we come here. Ska was still in full swing, and then In 1966, all of a sudden, somebody did something different and it sounded different, and Rocksteady was born.
Yeah, that was Duke Reed that brought that in, apparently. Isn't it?
Yes.
I wanna love you, babe, till I can't love you no more. I wanna kiss you, darling, till I can't kiss you no more. I wanna love. I wanna love. I wanna rock you, babe, till I can't rock you no more. I wanna squeeze you, darling, till I can't squeeze you no more. I wanna love. I wanna love, till I can't love you no more, darling. Till I can't love you no more, yeah.
If you listen to some tune when the music a change from rocksteady into reggae, you get some of the best beat and rhythm track
Definitely.
you'll ever want to hear. When we come here, a lot of the music we was hearing here in England, we didn't hear them in Jamaica. That's when we get to find out, so when the tune they are cut, they're quickly released here in England and maybe America before Jamaica. Copies you had in Jamaica was probably what the soundsman they were given to promote the tune.
When did you decide, when you was in England now, that you wanted to be involved in the reggae music scene?
Sound system one. Okay, my two older brothers who started the sound, they used to be buying records regular. They used to go rave out at all the clubs, 30s and 20s and them sitting there from then, you know what I mean? When the music changed to reggae music, by then we were in Luton. But they still used to go out and buy X amount of selection every week, sort of thing, you know. And boy, did I used to play them.
When they were buying records, did they actually have a sound system?
No. Obviously, my brother Dick, you know, when he wait there and anything when him sip on pre-release, when I release it, them then buy first, sort of thing. So, you know, was well into the music by the time, you know, we got to the sound system stage.
So it was your brothers that actually built the sound first?
Yes.
And what was that sound called when they built that?
Well, then, those days, you're either Lord this, Count that. You have a title before your name, and he was Count Tivy.
So it was Count Tivy first?
Yeah, but I'll probably give you a little bit of insight how they come to start the sound, right? Because as you know, in Luton, them days, the Vauxhall was a big employer. During every shutdown, they used to keep loads of dances in Luton, Town Hall, Drill Hall, Bath Road. And couple of the guys that work at Vauxhall used to bring down London Sound, come play at big dances. One in particular was one named Sir Biz. And so he used to come down here when they have holiday and play at big dances and things. It just so happened one year in 1970 now when I was at 69, I believe it was 69, you know. They had the big dance at Town Hall and they had a little sound that came from Bedford, I think. Biggs absolutely tore them up, and you know, my two brothers got vexed and thought to themselves, well then, you are big sound compared to this little sound, right? You already are win the case. So my brothers decide there and then, well then, no other sound are coming to Luton, come do that again. Then can come a Luton, come play, but them have to tread lightly, and that's how they started the sound. So their idea was that we don't have any intention of beating London Sound, sort of thing. Yeah. But they can't come a Luton, come trample all over like that, like they did.
I know you weren't clashing at the time, because as you said, you didn't intend to, but you obviously must have played with other sound systems.
Oh yeah, man, loads of sound, you know. Like in Luton here, we had several clash run-ins with a sound from Hitchin called Lord Newcomb. So every time come over Hitchin, come play with them as well, loads of times. And we also used to play Black Terror. That was a good sound as well, you know what I mean? So we and them, and at the same time, Earthquake sound also, they were known as the Nation sound as well.
The Nation sound, is that what they were called before Earthquake?
Yes,
the Nation sound.
because they came from, I think it's Bradford to Luton.
But I always thought they were Luton, originally Luton.
No.
So they were from Bradford?
Yeah, because how we meet them, we was playing at a blues dance in Dunstable Road,
Yeah.
Margaret's house.
Yeah.
You know.
Margaret Nation, yeah.
Right, and where she used to keep regular blues dance, and we was there one of the I keep a blues dance, and they come in and them introduce themselves and say, well, and them just moved to Luton from wherever, and them have a little sound as well. So obviously, we had a talk with Margaret, and she give them a play the next week.
Okay.
When they come in, they came in with the same sort of amplifier like we had, same shape type thing, and we never used to clash. The next time now, Sir Biggs come to Luton, come play and go on with the thing he was playing against we. So, between we and Earthquake, we borrow all their boxes, and be lucky sitting on. We didn't exactly beat Sir Biggs sound, you see what I mean? But you see, after that day, when he come to Luton, he walk on tiptoe. And because of that, a lot of other sound come to Luton, come and play. And buck up in a house, and after that, them have to walk on tiptoe. Some of them never even come back and Luton, come play again.
Prolifically, it was a lot of house blues them time there, because sound system weren't allowed to play in nightclubs as such.
Well, back in them days, we had quite a few venues that we used to play a dance, right? Town Hall being one, Drill Hall, Donkey Pen, Bath Road, where you see the swimming baths there, was another place. There's one at top called Glass House.
Yeah, that's Maidenhall Road.
Yes, as well as Luton Boys Club and other venues. So there was plenty of venues.
This is Diverse FM 102.8. 102.8.
Okay, let's take in another track now. This is another one that was a favourite at the time. Comes from the artist called Dennis Walks. I'm sure you're going to remember this.
All over the world, Margaret, you are mine. Oh, Margaret, Margaret, with your bright eyes shining like the stars on the bright summer night. Margaret, you are mine. Diamond carrot, oh, 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 what a dream, yeah. Your kiss so sweet, your cheeks so red. Margaret, what you doing to me? Oh, Margaret, Margaret, there is no one for me to find now, 'cause I've searched all over the world. Margaret, you are mine.
I remember you saying to me as well that one time you played at a house blues and the floor nearly collapsed or something.
Right. This was also 1970, because a lot of people don't know that Barker, the oldest brother, you know him first name, right? He started a little sound in the same years, and that sound was a bad little sound.
Was it just him one in it, or was it?
We don't know. Him we see as the front man, you know.
Okay.
And the man used to play some tune in your head cup. Anyway, he was playing at a blues dance in a Berry Park Road, and everybody got to know if you go hear back and you song, because a lot of people already knew him, because he was a bit of a toughie, roughy in our town. You see what I mean? And everybody going at the place to go hear back and you sound, and the place ram, you know. It was like a big garage, but it's upstairs, upstairs, and a big garage, and we do up there and string up the sound, and people are rock, and in the middle of the sitting we had a paraffin heater. Next thing you know, everybody a skank to yes, my friend, my good friend, me there a street again. All of a sudden we feel the floor start to go down and sink, and the floor go right down to the ground with everybody in it. Oh, nobody never got hurt, I'll never know. How that lamp never turned over, because I think somebody hold lamp on the angle of the lamp while them support themselves to so it not turn over, because that would be fire. The floor come right down to ground there, so it was, you know.
So it was I Tell Earthquake?
No, the Nation.
How long were they going under that name?
Nation Sound.
Yeah.
till about mid-70s. Because they changed the name now to Nation Earthquake for a little while.
Yeah.
And then they dropped the Nation. And it became Earthquake. Then shortly after that, by this time, everybody in the roots and culture and Rastaman thing, so it became Ital Earthquake.
So how did your sound now change from Count Tivy to Capital T?
All right. Well, we've run as Count Tivy for about, say, 4 years.
Yeah.
And I think valve amplifier sort of, I think it must have broken down, you know, and we had to get it fixed. So we was off the road for a good while. By this time, my two brothers had dropped out, you know. Icky sort of loses bearings, Tivy half loses bearings over the sound system thing and other things, you know. And so I was basically left now to put the sound back out the road.
So it was left to you now to bring back the sound on the road and do it, and it's just you left out of your brothers. So did you have to employ other people to work with you then? Or?
Well, as it just so happened, you know, because everything happened so quick, you know. I remember I was playing in Town Hall, and this was about either 74, 75. By this time, I me one round the sound, because like me say, two brothers dropped out. My brother-in-law, well, he was in the army, so he hadn't come from the army yet. And I was playing at Town Hall one night, you know, and somebody at the gate.
Was it just you alone playing?
Yeah, but me alone. Yeah, man, still a draw crowd, you know, and I had to go and sort out some business with one of the businessmen. But me I tell the man, say, well, then me I play record, me can't come. So, well, you have to come do it now. So, put on the record left, go and play, and when the record reach the end, Carlos went up there and lift up the eagle up the sitting. And that's how him and Foots come to join the thing now. So
I know they were friends of yours already anyway. Yeah?
Well, yeah, we knew them from before, and that's how them came into joining the sound. And well, we can't use Count Tivy anymore because by this time name had changed. So that's what we call it, change it to Capital T, because the T still stand for Tivy. That's how we come out again as Capital T. You know, and we work with that sort of like from mid-70s right up till about later part of the 70s. I think about 78 or so. Something again on the sound had to come off the road.
Was that the time when Donkey Pen was the first regular venue that you played at? I mean, it used to be a youth club as well.
Yeah, Donkey Pen started out as a youth club, man. Run by a lady called Mrs. Jackson. Can't remember her first name. Yeah, man. We used to go down there and do the usual table tennis. But that come Friday and Saturday, they would keep dances in there, you know. So that became a regular thing now as well as a youth club.
And what year was that? Was it in the mid-70s or late?
No, man. It was... When I started going there as a youth club, this was about 69. It was there for quite a few years as it was also known as the Hut. So yeah, man, we had plenty of dances inside there. Like me say, many dances with Lord Newcomb. When I started going there, it was known as Donkey Pen, you know. I don't know what it was, probably known as Luton Africa Caribbean Youth Club or something like that officially, you know.
And that was on Old Bedford Road, wasn't it?
Yes, on Old Bedford Road. Right next to where you see them have the Jehovah Witness Temple. Well, actually, the Jehovah Witness Temple building and the old Donkey Pen spot.
I always wondered what happened to that building. And then the drill hall next door now
was further down. It was a little bit further down.
Did you ever play in there as well?
Oh, yes, man. But you see, round there, so they used to do show with artists on stage. Because I think I've seen Ken Booth in there. And that was before Ken Booth even bust out with Everything I Want on the pop charts and things. And guys used to try and do little venues, man. Yeah, so they used to have dance there and a band would be on stage.
So for you being a sounder playing in Donkey Pen, which was quite a small venue compared to Drillo, did you still have to borrow boxes?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Especially like in the, like me say, from the mid-60s, because Earthquake them we were a separate sound, because they we get their own blues dance and dance play and we go and support them. But when they had a bigger venue, you know, where they have to play against a London sound, we let them all have a box and half, and we did new tune them we get, and vice versa.
That's
you know.
Good. We didn't know that.
So we used to work together, you know,
as a
teamwork, man, you know, because enough time we and them used to trap down a London and Saturday go by a tune, you know.
And as you mentioned, tune, let's take in another track now. This time from the artist called Larry Marshall, and I'm sure you're going to recognise this.
Once what they say to I. How can I go on without money in my pocket? How can I go on when you have treated us so mean? Each and every day now, my poor heart is sore. The reason why is because I'm so poor, baby. Can't you understand, darling? That's what they say to I. Yeah, baby. Lord of mercy, no. Oh, each and every day now, my poor heart is sore. The reason why is because I'm so poor, baby. Can't you understand, darling? This is what they say to I. How can I go on without money in my pocket? How can I go on when you have treated us so mean, baby? Can't you understand, darling? That's what they say to us.
So what about playing out of town? I remember you said that you played in, was it High Wycombe one time, and some kind of activity broke out?
Yeah, by say 73, you know,
Yeah.
we was pretty popular,
Popular.
and well known, and they keep a dance. I think it was the Newlands Club in High Wycombe. That was
Yeah.
another venue where you used to go and play regular, and they brought a sound down from, oh God, I forgot what they call it,
Is
you
that
know?
Danny King?
No, it was a sound from, anyway, Southeast London, Southwest.
Admiral Ken?
No man,
'Cause
it weren't that well known. It was you know, anyway. Them come down to the dance and there was my sound for them sound and a local sound from High Wycombe in the dance I play. And but you know how sounds from London when they come a country, them things so well then no bad no know nothing. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when they come and start get a culture shock, you know, they don't know if you it. So anyway, the dance was going like this. London sound play one, High Wycombe sound play one, me play one. And so it been a go around. You see what I mean? So anyway, London sound start creep a lot of fuss. First him say, him no want play after me, I no want play before me. Because every tune him play something with slap him in a head cup. So him decide say, alright now, is the two sound against him one type thing. When I saw it go for the other sound, me no know them one sound. And so what he wanted now, him play one, that sound play one, him play one, then me play one. So every time the other sound them a play one tune, him a play two. And we say, no man, that can't go on. So one night time now when it's my turn to play, him come on and then say, Bridget, I know your time for come on, and my time for play, you play after me. So me put on my sitting and turn up on him. And I been big sound to find was a little bit bigger than us, what I mean. And so me say, take up is yours, I know your time, my time for play. So take up that tune and put on the next one, and the same tune when put on, me put on my copy I same tune. The tune say, well then you not play nothing where we know, so you wrong yourself. And unbeknown to us, these guys were in the dance the whole night, gathering all the empty bottle where people drink liquor and bottle you put on back. Then gather everything I back without we knowing. So anyway, we got to the bit where we said to him, no man, it's my time for play. So when him put on tune, me put on my tune, and him take it off, me take it, me say, my time for play. So after that stop, from round night corner where the sound string up, you know, them start shower the whole of the dance hall with buckle. My brother Dickie get cut up all over him face, and next brother there, Dickie Williams, him get some cut up too, and all them things there. Whole pack cut up. Me I tell you, it was so bad, right? That is after 2000. right? Me I go through the old record box. And in I bottom, me I scoop out glasses from 1973. Me I scoop out bits of broken glass out of the record box.
That another event I want to ask you about as well, because I know you played on this event, was with the great Dennis Bovell sound, Just Sufferer.
Sufferer sound in a Burton's.
Yeah.
Whoa. You see again, as usual, they underestimate country sound. Sufferer sound was, they have to say, twice the size of my sound when we go in a Burton's, right? And my sound big enough for whole Burton's, so you know what I mean? Them never expect country sound for you play dub plate. You see what I mean? I'm going there with a box of dub plate because me and Carlos and Foots go up, you know, wherever we go and get some whole heap of dub plate, man, or some studio one dub plate. And
when you say dub plate, we're not talking about what they do now, specials.
No, special,
but
no.
it's tune that's not released yet, and you're getting them exclusively first.
You get them because what they used to do is that the tunes them now, well, the better ones, what they think we work, they used to put them on acetate. So I mean, and like you might go to Peckins and you might say, boy, me have 6 dub plate here, so you know, and you listen to them and say, all right, we take that one, that there, and that one there, and so on and so forth, you know.
So you surprised
surprise sufferer, you know. It's when we start playing now and we start, remember I said the man loud on me and everything, you know, but just when him start hear tune, he couldn't do no better more than put on his turntable and drown me out. That's the only way he could get the better of us. Drown us out with the louder sound. And not only that, right where we string up, the man come put a double 18 back right in our ears, you know. And put on two of the, you know, them round steel hand. And put on 2 of them on top of the box. Hey, I think from that time till now, my ears still ring.
After that, though, the word on the street was, the word that they put out was, boy, that little sound there from Luton play good still, you know?
Yeah, you know, far is like round about the same time, say, Donkey Pen Men still around, and we played a little sound what David McFarlane, because by then he had just moved to London.
Yeah.
And he was moving around with a little sound called Intruder. Sound about the same size as we, you know? And they come at Donkey Pen to come play, and when they come down there the night and we turn up down there and tell them the van broke down, so we can't carry the sound come out in the hall. And them string up and they run up them mouth and I say, afraid, the boy them afraid and blah, 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 and them can't, they no one come. So we borrow their van and go get the sound and come and string up in the sitting. That's what I mean, and when you roast them kin for them, you know. Them begs with David for them say, oh, you never tell me say the sound is so bad, but me say, David, me tell you say the sound bad, you know, have to come, but you know, come a country, you know, think blah, blah, blah. At the end of the night now, after them get a good beating, the man them wouldn't lend with them van to carry back with sound guy garage. That's how them feel away over the thing. They never come back a looting after that.
This is Diverse FM 102.8. 102.8.
And as you mentioned about sound coming down from tone and showing off themselves, let's play a tune that you might recognise from that period of time that was hot on the scene from the artist called Horace Andy. See if you remember this.
That's what you do today. sacrificing, sir, making you attention, sir. Cannot help, no cannot help. So if you'll keep on doing what you all are doing, you will end up in chains. So if you'll keep on doing what you all are doing, you will.
Another place what you played as well quite well was known as 61 Club.
61.
Known as Starlight Youth Club as well. Coxon played there a few times.
I played with Coxon in there.
How did that go, that event?
It was billed as a clash because, you know, a Coxon was the main sound when I come play the dance. But this was mid-80s, so by then all the known faces like Festus, Denzel and Light Coxon were around the sound. It was like Spliffington and I presume Black Dread, but me know Spliffington and me know Bikey Dread and them guys that was around the sound there, you know. But when they come in at 61 to play, where they string up, they was having a lot of problems because where they string up in the yard was bouncy, so when them put on tune pan the turntable and people and skank the producer John and things, so they had quite a trouble that night there. But them things so well then, but every time they put on the man, you know, better not try nothing, you know. Be that then they have to be all night, you know. So they can't try nothing with you. You have gigantic sound compared to we sound picture. But then again,
and those were the days as well. You didn't even have to really print flyers to promote that a dance is going. Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Place
was the place pack up. And we also played the Shaka inside at 61 as well. This was back in the 70s. That was a nice dance. I think that was just before. Was it Jalov who come there?
Yeah, Jalov would bring
before
it. Yeah,
would bring
dance. Yeah, I presume there wasn't many recordings done of these dances that.
Not
if
that
anybody
I know.
out there on the internet has
got anything,
please let us know. Dance and people that were there brought their cassette machine from the shoulder to tape. Maybe some of them have got some copies of some event, but we need to hear them because it's part of history. When Donkey Pen closed, what happened next? Were you still playing out on the road?
Yes, man, was still pretty active because Donkey Pen closed and then 61 took over, you know, as the main venue. So I played plenty of dances in there, played with Falcon inside there. The only sound in a Luton that I've never played back in the days was like Sovereign and them
but
guys.
That's a different era of music.
They more or less come
in the 90s. They came in the 90s, yeah. When the music had changed
a lot, you know.
And then after it closed and you started playing at 61, you said there was a time where the sound name changed again from Capital T
to the Vaticos.
The Vaticos, yeah, I remember that as well.
That's a name I love.
I like that name too, yeah.
And then, you know, we run for about 2 years under that name.
Is there a reason why you changed it again?
Like me say again, the sound was off the road. So what I mean, and at that time it was known as Capital T when the sound go off the road.
Yeah.
And by the time we come back, again, everybody been well into roots and things. So we said to them guys, we need a name that still reflect my brother Dickie Van and Tyvee. Time that we in the Bible big shot and come to Leviticus. So hold on, that have been quite a few of them guys' names already. So we just manipulate that and came up with the Vaticus. You know, and a lot of people like that name.
So was it easy for you to come back in again?
Again, it takes a little while, you know, to build back up a sort of, you know, steady thing. But it seemed to work. And then Boop come a year later, you know. My parents were going home and I said to them, I want to come with you, you know, to see that you guys settle down. So I took a year out. By then, the rest of the guys couldn't keep the sound going. We have to say throughout most of the 70s. Other than name brand sound, Coxon, Fatman and, you know, Suffer and apart from them name brand sound, most of the sound I play out and they get no money.
You still got the love for the music though and the sound system thing, isn't
it? Yeah, I still have it up till this day, man, because if I'm going out there, like I tell you already, I go out there and I see a vinyl and it's something with me from back in the day. Wait, me don't remember hearing this tune, yeah? They went been there. And it's cheap enough and me buy it. Still buy the vinyls.
What are you doing these days though? I know you got a radio show now as well.
I do a little sort of afternoon show and, you know.
What days are you on and what time?
I'm on a Monday and a Wednesday, 4 till 6. Where I build the show as tunes from the Capital T days.
And what's the name? Have you got a name for the show as well? You must have a name.
Afternoon Delight.
Afternoon Delight. All right, people, so make sure you tune into that. Afternoon Delight with presenter
Delroy.
Delroy.
You know? Carlos was DJ and Foot's a backup DJ upon the mic. You know,
and Lander as well.
And Lander as well. But you see, as usual with everything, you start out something nice, then it drift out because run couple of years, them man, they find partner and then start a family and then they move on and you got to go and select up, find a new crew.
Cool. But do you still keep in touch with those guys? Are they still?
Oh yes, man.
And everyone's still around.
Yeah. They're still around.
So once again, tell us about what your radio show, what time it is and what days, you know, people can listen to you because, you know.
Yeah, we every Monday and every Wednesday, 4 till 6.
And the show's called?
And it's Afternoon Delight. But you can only pick it up on the internet. It's not broadcasting.
Yeah.
On FM and MT.
Well, Delroy, it's been a great pleasure listening to you and talking to you. Come in, you know, as I said, I grew up listening to your sound as well, you know, right through the years, through the later part, I suppose, because I didn't know about the parts where you went to, like, I Will Come and them thing there, you know what I mean? And it was very interesting to hear those stories, to see that you did set a foundation for the others to follow. So, yeah, it's been a great pleasure. And we'll be listening to your show as well, and I'll be spreading the word. Before you go, I want you to big up to some people who will be listening.
Well, everyone who's listening to the show, I'm glad for your ears and to listen. And I hope this interview give you some insight to certain things what happened, like locally in Luton here before a lot of people knew they were happening. But a lot of things happening down there. So I want to stay blessed and keep listening, you know, and keep supporting the thing, you know what I mean? Because without your support, the reggae music will die. We're turning up reggaeton and reggae this and reggae that and in here and not reggae. You know what I mean? We are promote reggae because next year reggaeton out of the picture. People are going to look for reggae for draw back pan. So thanks for your support, you know.
Mr. Now introducing Warm and Easy World Beat Sound. Yo, had the real thing. Squeeze the big thing for real that. There's a coyote, sir. Mr. Lucky had it dire.
Now we in the world and tell the people our king of sound, blues and top words. One again we come and get down. Strictly rocker. Sound like rocker.
Just say ooh baby. Just say ooh baby. Just say ooh.
Not true. Yeah. I'm Black Calm and the killer. As some say it's a thriller. A black arm and a killer. As some say it's a thriller. I'm gonna rock in them soul and even rock them bone. I'm gonna rock them soul and even rock them bone. And keep on rocking and sing, come on, and then you do your own thing. Every minute of a day, and every day of the week, and every week of a month, come on, and every month of a year. Black Calm and the killer, and some say it's a thriller. Black Calm and the killer, come on, some say it's a thriller. Yeah.
That I love you, but now I
Sounds will really go along the ways I would feel to make you rock and I will beg you. And when I beg her, I will never come better. Black harmony be marshal. Black harmony don't partial. Black harmony be marshal. A black harmony don't partial. Gonna rock in them soul. Come on, and even rock them ball. Gonna rock in them soul. Come on, and even rock them ball. Gonna rock in and swing, and then you do your own thing. Black harmony killer. That's how we say it's a thriller. Rockin' every hour. Just a shower, just a shower. Just a shower.
Don't say World Beat Sound. Yeah.
The do it sound, in the street sound. I'm Salad Mullins. Yeah, this is how the German representing to the fullest. Yeah, Boosu my Booswak. Mr. Most High Celestial lives and reigns in the heart of all flesh. Yeah, Mr. Landa, the Dan. Yeah, there's only one Dan. Most High Celestial. Boosu my. One more body again. Found in the gutter. And they don't know who to blame. Hey, well beat, Light Mullins. Attack.
Oh, babe, I love you, darling. Don't believe in him. He's just having fun with you, telling you all his pretty lies. Very soon you will realize he don't really love you as he says. Stop before it gets too late, 'cause it's unfair to me, because I need you desperately. He don't really love you like I do. Honey, how I hate to tell you, no greater love, no sweeter love is there but mine. Our day will come, our day will come, baby, our day will come. So don't believe in him. He's just having fun with you, telling you all his pretty lies. Very soon you will realize he don't really love you as he says. Stop before it gets too late, 'cause it's unfair to me, because I need you desperately. He don't really love you like I do. Honey, how I want to tell you, I love you, darling. I need you, yeah. But there's no greater love, no sweeter love is there but mine. Our day will come, our day will come, baby, our day will come. So don't believe in him. He's just having fun with you, telling you all his pretty lies. Very soon you will realize he don't really love you as he says. Stop before it gets too late, 'cause it's unfair to me, because I need you desperately. He don't really
This
love
station
you like I do.
rules the nation. Version. Now this is Daddy U. I said that when I'm in town, I just love to listen to DJ Warm and Easy. Respect.
My name is not Al Capone, 'cause I'm gonna tip them tone. I'm gonna crack them bones, you know. Tip it to me, as I will tell you. Stay away, little boy, stay away, 'cause I'm gonna scare you right away. Scare you back in your mother's bedroom. Maybe that can bring you to your tomb, you know. People shake your musical bloom. Wow, I tell it to you. Steeple dooba scoop booba. Steeple dooba yooba dooba. Stay away, baby, stay away. I'm gonna scare it to you one time. Stoop up, booba yooba. When I tell you that I mean what I say, and I see what I mean, you got to believe it when I tell you. 'Cause baby, the musical sounds come a wheel'll make you grieve you. Don't wanna grieve you, just gonna tease you. And baby, gonna please you. Do it to me, I will pick you. I'll make the music crack you. Stupid you, booba you. Stay away as I would tell you. Now the key to the mind called King Tubby's hi-fi. And baby, I would never tell you no lie. So you can make it if you really try. And never no need for you to ever cry. Baby, and I will tell you why. Maybe you're kinda looking real shy, you know. Jump it, baby, huh? As seams, I will tell it to you one time. Let me tell it to you 2 times. Baby, you got no one to blame. You gotta remain the same as I will tell you. Skip me, baby, get me in the groove. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Move out of Babylon, Rastaman, and leave all the wicked men. Move out of Babylon, Rastaman, and leave all the wicked men. The wicked shall not prosper. Only righteous man shall stand. So keep on moving. Keep on moving. Rastaman, move on, move on. Rastaman, move on, move on. Oh, anything that you can do, dreadlocks can do it better. So move up, Rastaman, move out of Babylon, and leave all the wicked men. All you backbiters, and all you backsliders, you shall not enter. You shall not enter in the kingdom of God.
Voice there of the legendary and great singer Johnny Clark in the background. Move Out of Babylon, 3 tracks in a row from my era. And once again, special request going out to Delroy Smith of Capital T Sound, who gave me this great interview today and gave me the insight on sounds that set the foundation from Luton Town and the 3 counties area from the 70s and beyond. Enough respect.